All right, so we are going to install the INOX Access Control in a box, and these are some of the tools that are going to be required for that. You'll see them all displayed and laid out here, and we're going to go ahead and get started by removing the existing passage lock that is currently mounted on the door and the existing deadbolt that is currently mounted on the door. We want to force people to use the access control system that is provided, so we're not going to offer that deadbolt as an option. This cover plate is going to make a great way to delete that deadbolt and reinforce our storeroom function lever that is going to be locked all the time. I have a little trick where I use the jig. Even though it has all the holes pre-drilled, I still find that jig makes a big difference if you run your hole saw through it. We've got cleaning up there with the vacuum to make sure that everything stays nice and clean. And then here is a Duranautic storeroom function lock that is always locked. Next thing we're going to do is put the strike directly up on the frame and then draw in what we believe we're going to have to cut out. Here's an outline of what it looks like we're going to have to cut out on this metal frame in order to get that strike to fit. Now, you could use a Dremel tool, or in this case, it's kind of tucked in right next to the wall. It's super tight, so this larger angle grinder with a cutoff disc is what I'm going to use to try and remove that portion of metal out of the way so that we can fit everything in. When we're cutting out the dust box, a Dremel tool with a disc is going to be your friend. Make sure you have multiple discs, as you will need multiple discs to cut out the dust box completely. Notice we have that pieced together here, so it's going to actually come out in pieces. And then once we have the dust box out of the way, you can see the metal studs behind the metal portion or the frame. Now we're going to test fit the strike, and it looks like we're real close. It's sitting nice and flush, and that is a good thing. Next thing that we need to do is drill a hole from one side that spits out the other so that we can run the wire down to the power supply. Josh is drilling a hole that's going to pop out right in the corner that we can cover up with some surface mount wire concealer, and that is going to help us out there. Here's our fish tape sticking through that hole that we just drilled and back out through the strike hole to run the wire through that location. Now we're drilling the 3/8 hole necessary for the door position sensor, and in the door side it's actually going to be a 3/4 inch bit. So on the frame side, it's 3/8, and on the door side, it's 3/4 inch. I always like to add a little bit of caulking inside that hole to just help that door position sensor stay put. It really helps it from jiggling and wiggling out with all the vibration from opening and closing the door. Next, we're going to mount the keypad and the reader on the exterior portion of the door, on the secure side of the door. And again, we're going to have that fish tape and some electrical tape so that we can go ahead and run the wire directly through the holes and apply power where we need to. This is the door position sensor mounted in the frame with that 3/8 inch hole, and then your door position sensor will plug in and connect into your wiring harness. As you see here, this is the wiring harness that comes back off the back side of the keypad. Here we have your DPS or door position sensor. That's right where it plugs into. And then the other portions will simply be power connections. You're just going to plug and play. You're literally going to plug the unit into the wall, and then you're going to make the connections as they are requested to be made, and you pretty much can't screw it up. There's literally only one way that they'll fit. Now that you have the power connected, the keypad's going to come alive, it's going to beep, it's going to light up, and you'll be able to see that it is working correctly. Next, you're going to apply the 24-volt power to the other power source, and then we have other connections as well. Here, this one is the LBM, DBM, and NC for normally closed, and then there's your power unit right there. That is going to supply power to the strike itself. Now the strike is fully seated and in place. Had to mortise it into that wall just a little bit, but we shouldn't have any trouble with the electronic strike trapdoor opening. Now you can see that everything's mounted in place. We have the lock, we have the reader, and we have the plate, and we also have that wire, surface mount wire cover going all the way down to the power supply to where it's actually plugged in. And here is the final result. INOX Access Control in a box, fully installed in the field, integrated and ready to go.